talk just a little bit about, you know, the general structure of building an AdWords campaign with setting ad groups, because that basically means, hey, we're going to build a campaign that's based on sectors of what my business does. So if I have an e-commerce site, I sell toys or whatever I sell. I have a section that relates to dolls. I have a section that relates to bikes.
I think you actually nailed it.
Right.
What happens is this: you look at your business and you look at the clients that are approaching you for whatever reason they are, and you just segment your product line or your service line into pieces that are similar. That's really it. And the reason for that is that when you set up a campaign with Google, any type of advertising campaign, they're going to want it grouped in a logical format. And the reason for that is that the ads need to relate to your product or your service directly. And if they don't, Google's going to dock you for that. You're going to have a poor quality score, meaning that you're going to pay higher per ad. The most important thing is that you take your business, you gear it towards your clients, whatever it is. So if I'm looking for a divorce attorney, for example, your ad has to say divorce attorney, and it has to go to a page on your website that deals with divorce law. And if it doesn't, if it deals with contract law, then you're missing the mark. So what an ad group does is it helps you segment your business to different parts so that you can gear those ads directly to the keyword that people are typing in, and then guide those people to the part of your website that relates to what they're looking for. Because that's what Google about. They want to give relevant content in a timely fashion. That's all AdWords is really about. Relevant content.
I hope you're not looking for a divorce attorney. All right, so we'll see you on the inside of this section as we're going to go through how to build ad groups.
One of the things we're going to do is talk about keywords and how to set them up. So if we look at the way Google likes you to set up a campaign or likes you to set up advertising, it goes something like this. Campaigns where it's going to be, you're going to take your products or services and group them together, and then you're going to group them together in something called ad groups, which are going to have similar keywords, and then finally these keywords are going to be directed to similar ads. And I'll show you what this means. So if we take a look at an actual website and make believe, this is your site or your business, you take a look at what you do, and this just happens to be a client of mine that does a distinct service. What he does is asphalt paving and masonry services and blacktop and seal coating. So it's a fairly simple business, and there's a couple of different sites that we have here. So take a look at your own site and see what distinct services that you provide. This page over here I'm going to now, what he does is asphalt paving, masonry, concrete, patching. So we go to Google and start typing in my services. So one is going to be asphalt. So you just type it in, asphalt paving. So yeah, right there, asphalt paving. There's the keyword that I want. And actually there's another one because this is more focused to the location that I'm in. So we take these and we write them down. And we write these down as part of the keywords we're going to use. So they would go in my little bucket, and they would go, and we could actually create ad groups for them. So once we're done, it looks something like this. We're going to create an ad group for asphalt, an ad group for driveways, an ad group for seal coating, one for parking lots. And how do I come up with this? Well, it's because as I'm starting to type in my keywords that I think that I might want to use, one was asphalt, but another one was blacktop. So blacktop, driveway, okay, blacktop driveway. And we take a look at what comes up when I type in blacktop driveway. So if I see other competitors of mine or people that do similar work, then I know I'm on the right target. So we don't know exactly what people are going to type in to find me, but we can get pretty close. So getting back to the keywords, what we do is we find the keywords that make sense, and then we group them into little buckets. So for campaigns, we're gonna have ones for blacktop, one for asphalt, one for just paving, one for driveway. Because I took the business and I just divided it into the different things we do. So once this is taken, we move it down to here. and then we figure out the exact keywords that apply to each. So someone's going to type in, if I'm at the ad group for blacktop, let me take a look. For blacktop, what is someone actually going to physically type in to find a blacktop person? Oh, blacktop contractor, blacktop ceiling, blacktop driveways, blacktop paving, blacktop pavers. These are all keywords that I found this way just by typing in blacktop and just looking in for, here, let's try contractor, contractors. There you go, blacktop contractors. So to summarize this, we set up campaigns by finding similar products or services that I do in my own business. So I look at the website, and it's usually divided by simple nature. We divide it. You know, a plumber is going to do heating. Is going to do plumbing, heating. Sometimes they might even do air conditioning. So we take our business and divide it into its natural parts. We find keywords that relate to those natural parts, and we just segment it down like I'm showing you here. So campaign, similar products or services, ad groups, well, these are the buckets that we actually get out. So we divvy our business into similar buckets, and these are the actual buckets, a bucket for blacktop, asphalt, and paving, and then each bucket gets keywords. So going back to here, so these are my keywords for the bucket of blacktop, and for the bucket of asphalt, these are my keywords for that bucket. So asphalt replacement, asphalt installation, asphalt driveway, asphalt contractor, asphalt repair. What we're trying to do is get all the keywords that relate to that particular bucket, which in this case happens to be asphalt. But for this business, I found that the most important keywords are driveways, simple paving contractor, because people they know what they want, and this is what this guy does. He's a paving contractor. They might be typing in asphalt, paving, or repair, or replacement, or blacktop, or seal coating. He does parking lots and all kinds of different driveways. So we took our business, we looked at our website, we divided it into certain sections, and those sections are called ad groups. We took the ad groups and then put keywords in those ad groups because to fill each bucket.
Right, and this could work for any type of campaign, like even with e-commerce or with a product. You have specific ad groups related to the product sets.
Well, that's correct, Matt. What happens is Google likes a logical campaign. So what you're doing is you're setting it up so that it makes sense. So a campaign has to relate to a certain group of keywords, a certain group of products, a certain group of services. And the reason for that is because when someone is searching online for anything and they type in, I'm looking for a bathtub, Google wants to make sure that when you see an ad for a bathtub, you land on a product or a service for a bathtub. You don't want to see a faucet, because a faucet is not a bathtub. So Google has found that if the search results relate to the search query, then everybody is happy. So this is all we're doing. We're taking our business, we're dividing it up into its natural parts, we're making buckets for each one. We're filling each one of these buckets, which are called ad groups, up with keywords. So for a blacktop, it's blacktop paving. For asphalt, it's asphalt repair or asphalt paving. For driveway, it's whatever kind of driveway I want. And then we start, on the next session, we start creating ads that relate to these keywords. That's the secret, really, of getting the right, choosing the right keywords, breaking your business down into the distinct products and services. Once that's done, you find the keywords that relate to that section that you think that someone looking for you, a consumer looking for you, is going to type in, and you confirm those keywords by actually going on Google and just typing in and just using their autocomplete tool. And then once you type it in, you just make sure that your competition or people that do similar things are showing. That's the easiest way to do it.
Now, if we were going to take a look at what we do, which is usually reverse engineer some of these, and the reverse engineer is just another way of finding out what other customers or other clients are using for their campaign. there's certain tools that we can use to take a look at this stuff, and some of them are even free. So even I think in Google Plus, or not Google Plus, but Google Tools, or SEMRush, which you're showing now, we can see an inkling of what's going on. So why don't you pull that up real quick?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do it right now.
So this is SEMRush.com.
Right. So you can get a certain amount of traffic or look at a certain amount of it even before you get an account. So I typed in asphalt paving. So it's going to give me related keywords to asphalt paving. So going back on what we discussed before, I took my business and I broke it down into distinct campaigns or buckets. And now I'm looking at the asphalt one. So I went to SEMrush. I typed off asphalt paving. These are my related keywords. So I go down here and I say asphalt paving. Well, that's a great keyword. That's what people are looking for. Asphalt paving cost. Well, that's iffy. We'll put a question mark on that. Paving company. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm a paving company. If in case you are, that's what we're making believe we are. Paving contractor. Yep. Paving equipment. No, I don't want to sell paving equipment. Atlanta. No, I'm not in Atlanta. And no, I don't want to advertise for paving jobs.
Right.
So
But
right off the bat.
But before you go any further, I mean, this tool actually shows the amount of volume that's being searched.
Yeah, good point. It shows you monthly volume for each word. And it gives you an indication as to whether or not the word is good or not, and it also shows you the relative cost of that keyword. So this one here costs about $5 a click, more or less. These are nationwide numbers. Here, this is more specific to Atlanta, asphalt paving Atlanta. It's $9 a click. But that's a very general type of thing. You might find higher or lower when you're actually in your campaign and doing your running it by itself. So this is a great tool that we use all the time. There's also another one. It's called iSpionage. And we take a look at that one.
Well, let's do it without a login, Mike, because I think we can still get information, right? Because people who are typically here seeing this video won't have a login, but I think this gives enough information just from the very beginning.
Let's do that. So, asphalt paving. Okay, this is going to give me related keywords, and this is very similar to SEMrush. These are my related keywords. It breaks down the search volume a little differently. It doesn't give you the same way, but still, it's going to give you an indicator as to which keywords are the most attractive, which gets the most volume. So here I know that asphalt paving or paving asphalt, either way, these are good keywords, and these are going to give me clues as to what keywords that have the most traffic and actually what keywords to avoid, which we're going to talk in more about in another section. The next thing that you can do to help you in this when you're choosing keywords is, remember before I typed in asphalt paving and we got a bunch of people. Well, let's take a look at this one here, and we can copy this guy and put him in our tool. So we're going to find out what keywords he's running on. And I never did this before. So it might show something, it might not. Let's see, because it doesn't always give me an indication of what they're actually doing. If they're not a big advertiser, it's not going to come up. In this particular case, it's not coming up. But you can also use this tool on your competition and see what keywords they're using. It doesn't mean that they're using the right keywords. All it means is that they're using those keywords. So your competition doesn't necessarily know exactly what they're doing, but it might help you to sort of spy a little bit and get an inside look.
Okay, so let's get into setting up ad groups, which basically the second function after we've set up a basic account. So here we are back at our dog toy site, and we are at our main screen when you log in. And as we look here, if we took on ad groups, we've set up the one ad group, and we put in our keywords for that ad group. Well, let's make sure we name these properly. So let's go back to our campaign with our ad group. Let's rename our ad group Blue Dog Toys. Okay. And let's add another ad group. Okay. So here's going to be our second. Ad group number 2 is going to be red dog toys. All right. And we can use some of the same vernacular. Again, this let's just put best red dog toys here. And we can put in best choice red dog toys. And let's just say that the destination in this case goes to our red dog toys landing page. Okay. So let's save. Oh, well, we have to go through and do a couple more things here because we're adding new ad groups. So let's select keywords, red dog toys, and red puppy dog. Now, obviously, if this is your industry, you could understand the keywords, but we're going to get into the keyword section next. Red puppy toys. Okay, so we've added those keywords in there, and we're going to set our default bid again at $5. And I think we're just about set here. Okay, so now we've got another ad group in there. So we got campaign, got red dog toys, and blue dog toys. So you continue to do this until you have all your product lines filled out. So we'll do it again real quick. We'll add another group in here, group 3. Let's do, instead of dog toys, let's do dog treats. Best dog treats here, and this is just for example purposes so that you can understand. So let's just write a quick little best dog treats around. Available. Well, let's just do best dog treats in town, just for fun. All right, so we're going to change this over to treats. Again, that doesn't get shown. I mean, that gets shown, but it doesn't actually go to it. And let's just go to the right landing page there, which would be dog treats. So select our keywords, best dog treats, and puppy treats. Okay, and again, default bid is, let's just say $5 for now. We're going to go into pricing a little later. And save and continue. Okay, so we'll go back to our campaigns. And by the way, you may want to name your campaign as well. Let's just, sometimes you can call it campaign number 1. A lot of people just put that as default, but let's just call it our dog store campaign. Okay, so now if we go back into this, we can see that we've got ad groups set up, and under those ad groups we've got the keywords that we've selected, and that's how this works. So once you have this set up with your ads and your keywords, you will have your first campaign set up.